Hi everyone and welcome to High Tech Investments News Report for Week 11. We will as usual share any links in the description below the video, that way you can always follow up any detail later. We hope you will enjoy this news feed, and look forward to your comments and remarks. But before we switch over to the news studio, please make sure you give that like button a click and don't forget to subscribe and keep the notification bell turned on. So, without further ado, let's go to the news studio. Today's presenter is Mr. Bo Schoening Larsen. Bo, over to you.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report. We have plenty of news, we have plenty of profits, everything looks very, very positive. So let's get started and let's have a look at what this week has brought so far. The first part that we want to have a look at is our old friends at Yield Notes. As always, they're just taking on quite nicely, and they surprised us actually a bit with the second week here of March with a 2% return for our investment, which was actually very, very nice and a bit surprising, but as always, very good surprises when it comes to Yield Notes. First week of profit was 1.8, and obviously they seem to be able to sustain this through this month, which is great. So 2% is absolutely excellent and right on the money where we want to be. To see again on the weekly profit chart as they are posting, you will now see that the first month that we had was actually the yellow one was in January, so the blue one is February, and now the green one here is right in the middle of the two, and we'll see if that continues. Obviously, if it does, that means that next week will be slightly lower and most probably back to the 1.6, 1.7 if we have to be in between the two. Yeah, hopefully we'll break out and have a very good March. So time will tell, and obviously we will keep you posted on this as always. And we also give you a bit of an update this week. We have just released a new video a few days ago, and this actually shows again some huge numbers, but they can actually be proven. So since Yield Notes started back in September 2019, if you were have compounded from basically day one, you would now have had a profit of just over 1,600%, which is absolutely astonishing. But obviously this can all be down to just the compounding math that comes into this. We have basically compounded 100% ever since we started, and just taken out a couple of thousand here and there to make sure that the withdrawal works. And actually we also used part of that to invest in new and other projects. So for the people that don't know Yield Notes, this is an excellent video of how to get into this. And obviously we have quite a few videos in the last year and a bit that we have been running this YouTube channel. So that means also you can see the progress over time on our particular account. So which is always good to see exactly how it develops and what you can expect. And also before we leave Yield Notes here, we just want to again emphasize to everybody that on the Yield Notes homepage, there is still a possibility to support the people of Ukraine. You can do donations within the platform itself. We have done so, and when we do this, that also means that Woods and Steve will basically match whatever you donate. So just wanted to give you that option again. So obviously it's a very tragical situation that Ukraine finds itself in at the moment, and this is a good way to support them. We have very good news, and obviously continues to track forward on our SAP Sapphire coin. So the shared masternoding continues. As we say, the goal is about 1.1%, so each and every week. And we have seen small change in the positive direction on the return on the investment, which was somewhere around the 54% mark before, and that is now up to 56, so a slight improvement here. But the overall coin development is continuing very nicely. So last week we saw 250%, and this week it's another 17% up, so 267. It's tracking quite nicely, and definitely we're happy with this investment, which we've now been in for more than 6 months. The other investment that we're also very happy with is the PNY. That has really been taking off for the last couple of months. And even though we haven't been in this for 6 months yet, it's developing extremely nice. So the shared masternode is obviously quite high, and this is because of the return of the investment. In the past week has been up again around the 350% mark. As this video just came out, you will see that the first time here we have dipped below the 300% again. So we'll have to see how that pans out for next week. But obviously a 20% increase in 1 week is extremely nice to have. And at the same time, we also see the coin development has been absolutely fantastic. So again, going from 136 to a new all-time high of 181%, and all this just since October. So very happy with these investments, and obviously we need to do more in the future, we believe. Where we also do a bit more at the moment is the Paraiba and the Paraiba World that we have invested in. So this is quite a few months old now, but it's developing nicely, and we have actually continued to ramp up our investment on this part, so much that we have put in about $10,000 on our main account in Paraiba. And then we have the additional 20 accounts that comes with this too. We now have 5 sub-accounts of about 5,000, plus we have a few people in that all helps in the right direction. So we managed the green rank just before we were shooting this video here. And that obviously means that we also get a bonus of $1,000. So the first one at yellow was at $10. The blue one was $100, and green one here, 1,000. The next one we are now looking at is purple, and the purple will provide a $5,000 bonus on top of that. So our next goal here is obviously the pool 4. And we are a bit off that one yet, but obviously we will work hard at getting there. So it's developing extremely nicely, and daily profits are coming in 4 days a week. So by all means, go and have a look at it. The most important thing that we're doing with Paraiba here is also we have to meet the challenge in order to secure our trip to Miami to meet the CEO and hopefully some of the top team members within the company. And we got a bit closer again in the past week. The top part, as you can see here, was we were at just 20,000, so last week, and now we're at 22.2, so about 2,000 up in the past week. And our downline has actually already made the challenge, so more than 50,000. And we got about 23,000 in the downline, so in the past week. So it's looking good. We still have about 2 weeks to go, and about $3,000 to find for our first line, and obviously we can also add that ourselves. So we will keep you abreast on this, but the challenge runs out at the end of the month, and then hopefully the trip to Miami to see the CEO here will be somewhere around end of May, beginning of June. That is not fully confirmed yet. What we have confirmed now with Binance, last week we mentioned that the SEPA transfers are now back on. And one of the transfers we did was we already had a bank account where we transferred from Binance into the bank account here. That went quite well, that went quite fast. And then we wanted to set up a second bank account and link it with Binance. But at the time of the news report last week, we couldn't confirm if that was actually working. It unfortunately took 3 days. I don't think it's so much down to Binance. It was more down to the bank we used. But it came in, and it came in on Monday. And straight away, so as soon as the bank transfer was actually done from the bank into Binance, you now also have the option of taking money out again from Binance back to that bank. It goes fully automatic. Just wanted to mention that in case people have gone away from Binance, especially because this hasn't worked, but it now looks to be fully up and running again. What is up and running, and basically a copy of last week here also, is the Elevate Pass. The profit for week 11 here now is 1.6%, which was also last week. The week before we saw 2% for a couple of weeks. Obviously 1.6% is definitely not bad, and we'll continue to monitor exactly how Elevate Pass progresses. You have to remember also that this is for your own money that you have set up, and any additional part you will also get 10% referral bonus for your direct line and 1.8 for anybody else in your matrix. We also have a small update regarding the LumexBit scam and the people running away. We haven't been able to contact any of the people here, including the CEO or any of the senior partners that has been in here, but obviously we continue anyway. So in the action taken we have shared before, this is also action taken that you should do if you have been scammed here with LumexBit. So first of all, there was an online report that you could send to the Australian authorities, so also called ACCC, and you can submit that report. You'll get a copy of this one out. You can go to your cryptocurrency or bank where you have. We spoke to the security team, as we mentioned last week. We have contacted the Malta Crime Unit, which has now sent us on to the online fraud department. We did the local police report, which they actually needed also to take this seriously. And then we updated last week also our website regarding the new ASIC document. So unfortunately at this time when we are shooting this video, we have shortly after this, a couple of hours after, a meeting with the online fraud department here, and most probably it's more about still the information that we have and the research. And obviously we might not be able to share everything straight away, so because we are aware that it's not only the people that are being scammed that could be watching this, it could also be the other ones, and I don't really want to give too much away on what they're working on right now. All I can say is that people are working on it, people are looking into this, and obviously we'll keep you informed of the progress. Progress is also quite good still with AI marketing. After the first 16 days of March, we have a profit of just over 14%. So we were hoping that this was going to pick up, and we mentioned that in last week's. The issue here is why we are a bit below the 1% at the moment. Is basically the ad budget is not being picked up, and hasn't been picked up for quite a few weeks. It was almost everything was up to speed, everything was back. And because of this crisis now with between Ukraine and Russia, it has now created some issues here also for AI marketing. They had to move servers, they have to move people, lost a bit of their support. So quite frustrating, obviously, because ever since we came in, we have seen a bit of issues, but we also see the platform is running. And the good part that I'm still looking at here is that people are working, they are talking to us. We are getting some information back, obviously not what we really wanted, so we want everything back up and running, but the people are here, they haven't run away. Obviously it's such a good business for them also that it actually pays off to fix all the issues. We do think that that's going to happen, and have no doubt that hopefully in the next couple of months we will see some strong progress. But obviously again, things has happened in the world and we are all part of this. Also the AI marketing update, we were supposed to have an update that we always launch on our website, which was on the 15th. That unfortunately didn't happen, again due to the circumstances we have at the moment. They are trying to focus on making things better on the platform and actually moving their support, servers, everything else. And obviously the meeting has now been moved to the 22nd of March, which means that hopefully the day after you should be able to see the latest minutes. We will publish them as always, so in the PDF on our website, so stay tuned for that. And then our little new project here with Expert Forex, the profit retriever. So the first 5 days when we actually started this one off, it came very good, more than 1% a day, as you can see, 5.36. Ever since then, we had a trending part happening, and that basically means that at the moment it hasn't closed the last deal, and because it hasn't closed the deal also means that it can't make any new ones. The good part is obviously it's not blowing our account, so it seems to be very stable. The drawdown seems to be limited. We simply just have to add more currencies to it in order to make it a bit more exciting for everybody to watch. So 13 days in, we still have made the $536, so that is confirmed, and more than 5%. But obviously looking at a robot that are not making money is not optimum. So we might have to do some changes in the near future. And this is where, again, Alex from Expert Forex comes in, and especially also the special forum that is a paid forum, but you're getting a lot of items when you sign up. And this is part of the video here from Alex. So you have multiple courses that are free. Especially we like the robot settings. There's a lot of support. A lot of people within the forum also that are able to help you. So if you are serious about robot trading, this is definitely a good place to go. One of the parts that Alex has opened up here now also within the forum is you can actually request him to come up with a couple of special settings, so that he will then go through and then provide it not only to you but to the entire forum, which is obviously quite nice, and he will also show you exactly how this happens. So another good video from Alex here. Last but not least, if you are serious about all these set up and do a professional Forex robot trading part business, so then this is the video to watch here with Alex, as he has more than, I think it's about 19 or 20 years experience he has now within trading. So obviously he's definitely worth listening to, so when he posts any new video. And that's what we have for you this week. As you can see, there's plenty of profits, there's plenty of opportunities out there, and we'll keep track of all of them and make sure that we present them here again next week. So until then, see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.